We are getting ready to start our last panel presentation of the morning. And this panel is Establishing Identity, Athletes to Educators. We have on our panel for today Mr. Darius Wright, Mr. Ryan Mallett, Ms. Cicely Green, Ms. Debbie Hayes, Mr. Jared Jefferson, and Mr. Jackie Harris. At this time, I'm going to let them introduce themselves. They're all athletes or former athletes, so they're going to tell you about their most exciting or meaningful athletic or coaching experience. Then I have some questions that I will start them off with. And if you all have questions, we will let you answer the questions. This is a very interactive panel. This is our last panel. Once we do this, we'll dismiss in groups for lunch. Okay? So at this time, Mr. Darius Wright.
Hi, I'm Mr. Jerry, as she said. My best moment as an athlete is, I would say, Texas A&M game. I had 281 yards, 2 touchdowns, 13 catches. Ryan Mallett, me and Jerry's actually played together in college. My most exciting moment was the LSU game our last year to send us to the BCS.
Hello, my name is Cicely Green, and I guess my most exciting moment as athlete was in high school. We went into 3 overtimes, and I ended up hitting 7 3-pointers, and we ended up winning by 3. So that was my most exciting moment.
Good day, my name is Jared Jefferson, and my most exciting moment as a coach is just being able to experience former athletes go to the next level and do the best that they can.
Surprisingly, some of y'all didn't know that. But my most exciting moment is at Pine High School. I won the state long jump and became first place in the 200, and I held the state record for the long jump for at least 10 years. So that was my most exciting moment.
My name is Jackie Harris, and I guess my most exciting moment was playing in the Super Bowl 34, Prime in Pennsylvania. And as a coach here, I'm actually a coach here on campus. I think that the greatest experience from that was the ability to pour into the lives of young people. So I look forward to this.
At this time, as your moderator, I'm going to start off with some questions, and whoever feels comfortable answering the question, I would just ask you all to take the mic and answer the question. But I'm going to pick on somebody that I know dearly, so Miss Betty, I'm going to start with you. Okay, this conference is about the importance of soft skills in becoming an educator. What soft skills do you think that each of us should have?
Communication. Not only learning, I'm going to stand up on this. This is an aggressive question. Learning how to communicate and talking to people in a more direct tone and having confidence. You must, if you believe in something truly, then the confidence will come. As a coach, as an athlete, what we try to develop is the overall skill. The overall skill of confidence in learning how to communicate with someone. Learning how to talk to people, being direct and look them in the eye, and also knowing what you're saying and believing in what you're doing. And so that's something that I think a soft skill is about. So if you don't learn anything else in life, learn how to communicate, believe in yourself. It's not going to be always about technology or computers, because you're not going to have that chance on a whole bunch of meeting with people. So that's my soft skill.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Ms. Betty. I'm going to address the next question to, we have 3 NFL athletes up here. I'm going to address the next question to the younger NFL athletes. They didn't play in the Super Bowl. I love you, Mr. Daniel. Okay, for Mr. Darius and Mr. Ryan, how important is stress management, resilience, and teamwork as part of your profession?
Well, I think stress management is key, especially these days and ages, because there's so much things going on. There's things outside of school, outside of your sport, that people become overstressed, and it affects their ability not only on the field, but in their classroom, because they don't know how to prioritize how they're going about things.
And of course, being resilient is very important, because there's you deal with a lot of stress, and there's things that you're going to have to overcome at every part in life. So resiliency is very important, and teamwork is also important too, because my guys, I see we got some football guys in the back. It's the biggest team sport that you can have. So teamwork is very important, especially when it comes to sports, and especially when it comes to football.
Thank you for those. Mr. Harris, along the same lines, how important do you feel mental health is as a professional athlete?
So mental health is incredibly important, because the ability to be able to handle stress. I think certainly when we talk about stress, I had a coach who said this all the time. He came in when I was a senior in college, and he had this one expression. He would always say, you need to be prepared for adversity, so I'm going to put you through some adverse situations. I think one of the things that we do too often is we run away from challenging situations that give us an opportunity to realize how much we've grown. And so all of that affects not only the level of stress, our physical health, but certainly our mental health. When we communicate what's going on with us, talk about the things that are happening with us, find someone that you can talk to about those kinds of things, it's going to help us in the long run. You need to remember more than anything else that every circumstance, situation that you face, it's temporary. Tomorrow the sun is going to rise. Doesn't matter how good today was, doesn't matter how bad today was. When you have that perspective, it's an opportunity for you to go. Give yourself some grace. Make sure that you're not beating yourself up over things that you could have done better, because tomorrow when that sun comes up, you look for that opportunity to do that.
Thank you, Mr. Harris, for that. My next question is going to be focused on my two high school coaches, Coach Green and Coach Jefferson. How important do you feel sports and physical activities are to students that may not have any other outlets?
Okay, so the opportunity to get better physically is something that's called endorphins. So as soon as you, okay, let me put it like this. I work out a lot. I enjoy it. Everybody does it. But one thing I try to remind people who necessarily don't like to work out or exercise or be fit, I've never, ever had a workout that I regretted. I didn't feel like doing it when I did, before I started it. Might didn't want to go through it while I was doing it. But when I got done, I never said, I wish I did not work out today. You feel better. It helps you mentally, helps you physically, helps you spiritually, if that's what you choose. So if you try to remember the benefits or place value on things that are beneficial for your physical, your mental, your spiritual, and do it anyway, show the discipline that's necessary to do it, and just do it. Just do it, and then see how you feel afterwards.
As a basketball coach, I had a drive to Dumas every day. And on my way to work, I would pray for the Lord to touch my mind, my heart, and my tongue, and help me to be a positive influence in somebody's life today. Those are my words that I still say. Because as a coach, you touch a lot of lives. You have a lot of influence over people, and they may not go to the next level. They may just need somebody to be there for them, to believe in them, to inspire them, to give them words of affirmation, to be great at something in life. you know, your words of affirmation may be the only thing that they get that tells them that they can be, that they have a little bit of good in them. And so physical activity and being a part of a team is like a family. And you take care of each other and you support each other and you let them know that, hey, you know, regardless of everything that you face outside of the walls of this gym or the boundaries of this football field or baseball field, whatever it is, that when you are in here, you are safe, you are loved, and that you're somebody. And then when you see them reach milestones in the sport that they are participating in, they start to believe it. And then that trickles off into every aspect of their life. And so I believe that sports and just working out, it just works wonders for everybody, because especially if they have a coach or an educator that lets them know that they believe in them.
Thank you for that. And we're going to close out by going down the line again. And at this time, I would like for each of the athletes to tell you what teams they played on, what position they played, and why they became an educator. So, yeah. Either way, I'm going to go fast.
I played for the Minnesota Vikings and I also played for the Carolina Panthers. What made me become an educator was I wanted to be able to take the knowledge that I learned throughout my lifetime and instill it in some of these kids and let them know kind of what they have to look forward to growing up as, you know, not only a young man, but, you know, what some of you young women might need to look forward to also. So I just wanted to be able to educate people, not only on school, but on life also.
I played for the Patriots, the Texans, and the Ravens. I got into education because I kind of grew up in it. Both my grandfathers were superintendents. My mom was an English teacher for 30 years. My dad was a coach, so it's kind of something I've always been a part of. But I enjoy seeing different successes, not only in athletics, but in academics going forward. And I just want to instill some knowledge and help people, you know, grow to be better.
I played for Monticello High School. I coached at Dumas, and I played JUCO basketball at Shorter. But I was led to being an educator because I am a product of teenage pregnancy and single-parent household. And my mom had my sister at 15, turned around and had me at 16, and we're statistics. But one thing that she did drive home to us is that we needed to get our education. She didn't know how she was going to pay for it. She just let us know that we were going to college and that we were going to be somebody. I happened to be good at sports, and I didn't see many people that looked like me in my school. And so I felt like it was my presence is important for not only people that look like me, but especially for people that look like me. And so that's what led me to become an educator.
So I didn't play at the college level, so at the high school level, it was just any sport that had to do with a ball. And the reason I decided to become an educator, I really don't even think I decided to be an educator. I think God just wanted me to do it because I matriculated my entire college career swearing up and down I would not be in the classroom. But here I am showing up every day on time, even early sometimes. But a better answer, I enjoy building relationships with kids, so that's a plus that I experience every day, is being able to have one-on-ones with kids and understand where they come from and understand that, okay, you're a kid in a single-parent household. I was too. I can relate to you. So that's something that I enjoy. But as far as why I became an educator, sometimes I'm still trying to figure that
out. My influence was a 7th grade physical education teacher I had, and I said I was going to be just like her. Her leadership qualities and just the things that she taught us, being a good student and being a female tomboy. She said you can be a tomboy and a girl. But most of all, in high school, I played, basketball and I ran track, but I was on a professional softball team, and we did a lot of traveling, and so that was a big influence for me because I was around a lot of people who, not only that, but they were educators. So my whole world has been in education, with educators, not my family. My mom didn't finish high school, but she finished, finally got a GED. My dad finished high school, but nobody was in sports in my family. But as being in the community, sports was a big thing. We were constantly competing against each other. So I became a good athlete, and I can brag on that in my day. And from an athlete, I became a teacher, and I think I was a very good teacher and a very good coach. And it's not a sport. I've coached bowling, tennis, golf. I've coached basketball, cross country, track and field. I don't know what I haven't coached. And I'm also assistant athletic director. So not only being a teacher, I'm an administrator. And this is my 39th year of teaching.
So I guess my claim to fame is that I played football at Holloway High School.
Hey.
I played professionally for a couple of other teams. You might know one of them. How about them Cowboys? And I'm here today. I am not an educator by vocation. But I think what we all come to learn is that we're all lifelong learners. And being a lifelong learner as a coach, I got a chance to really pour into young people. That's always been my heart's desire, is to really, mirror something that I didn't see growing up here in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Didn't see a lot of the role models that you see today because, they just weren't out there. And so things have changed over time. You have an opportunity to see certain role models, certain people being examples that we can aspire to. And so certainly that's a reason why, I've come back here after retiring from the NFL, come back home to Pine Bluff. I've raised 3 sons who, graduated college now, thank God for that. And, one day I'll get them to move out, but that's another story altogether. And was fortunate enough that enough of you, some of you and your parents or people that you know, elected me as the circuit judge that I'll be taking office, circuit court judge that I'll be taking office. That's what I stress about being a lifelong learner, is that you create possibilities for yourself when you continue to learn. It's not just about stopping at a bachelor's degree, master's level degree. Be a lifelong learner. Be a lifelong learner and follow your dream.
We would like to thank our panelists, and if you have any questions for them, any questions? Let's give them a big applause.